What if I told you that the greatest strength is not found in muscles, money or luck, but in something invisible? Something that can change everything. This is the story of a boy who had nothing, until he discovered the power within himself. Amir had never believed in himself. He thought he was just an ordinary boy, destined for an ordinary life. He never dared to dream big or take risks. But one day, his father gave him a simple task. A task so small that it seemed meaningless. Yet, that one challenge led him on a journey that would change everything. He discovered a hidden power inside him, one that could transform not only his future but the way he saw himself forever. Once upon a time, in a quiet village surrounded by endless green fields and towering mountains, there lived a young boy named Amir. He was small, quiet, and rarely stood out among the other children. Unlike his friends, who were full of confidence and dreams, Amir doubted himself. He believed he was just an ordinary boy with nothing special to offer. His father was a hard-working carpenter who spent long hours shaping wood into furniture. He had always hoped that Amir would grow strong and independent. But Amir avoided challenges, afraid of failing. He preferred watching life go by, thinking that fate had already decided his future. One afternoon, as the sun cast golden hues over the village, Amir's father handed him a small, ordinary stone. It was rough, dull, and unremarkable. Without any explanation, he told Amir to take it to the market and sell it. Amir was confused. The stone was worthless. Why would anyone buy it? But he obeyed. He wandered through the busy market, holding the stone in his hands. He asked merchants, travelers, and villagers if they wanted to buy it. Most laughed at him. Some ignored him. Hours passed, and Amir started losing hope. Then, just as he was about to give up, an old woman noticed the stone's shape. She thought it would be useful for grinding spices and gave him 2 small coins in exchange. Excited, Amir ran home. He had doubted himself, but he had done something he never thought possible. He had sold something that seemed worthless. His father took the coins without reaction and handed Amir another stone. This one was slightly smoother. Without a word, he expected Amir to sell it for 20 coins. Amir's heart sank. 20 coins? That was 10 times what he had earned before. He almost refused. But something inside him pushed him forward. He had succeeded once, maybe he could do it again. This time, Amir thought before acting. He realized that if the first stone had been valuable for its shape, maybe this one could be made even more appealing. He went to a merchant who polished stones and asked him to smooth it out. The stone became shiny, its surface smooth and beautiful. Amir then walked to a wealthier part of the village, where merchants sold fine goods. He carefully placed the polished stone on a cloth and waited. A wealthy trader noticed it, admired its shine, and paid Amir 20 coins for it without hesitation. For the first time, Amir felt something new, confidence. But his father was not done yet. He handed Amir another stone, this time asking him to sell it for 200 coins. The amount seemed impossible. Amir hesitated but did not argue. Instead, he started thinking. He knew that simple polishing would not be enough this time. He needed to make the stone special. That evening, he overheard a group of villagers discussing a famous traveler who collected rare artifacts. Amir saw an opportunity. He took the stone to a skilled craftsman and asked him to carve an intricate design into its surface. Now, the stone was no longer just a rock, it was a piece of art. Amir wrapped it in soft cloth and walked toward the traveler's camp. At first, Amir hesitated. The traveler was surrounded by guards and important men. But he had come too far to turn back. Taking a deep breath, he stepped forward and showed the stone. The traveler's eyes sparkled with interest. He examined the design, nodded in approval, and handed Amir 200 coins. That night, Amir returned home with pride in his heart. He had taken an ordinary stone and turned it into something valuable. He had doubted himself, but step by step, he was proving that he was capable of more than he ever imagined. But the final challenge awaited him. His father handed him one last stone, a simple one like before. This time, he was expected to sell it for 2,000 coins. Amir's breath caught. 2,000 coins was a fortune, an amount only the richest people in the land possessed. He knew that he couldn't just polish or carve the stone. He needed something more. That night, he thought long and hard. Then, he heard a rumor that a great king would be visiting a nearby city for a royal event. The king was known for collecting rare treasures. Amir knew this was his only chance. He had learned one valuable lesson. It was not just about what he was selling, but how he presented it. He carefully wrapped the stone in rich silk, placed it inside a beautifully carved wooden box, and prepared a story. This was no ordinary stone, he decided. It was a legendary artifact, passed down for generations, a symbol of power and wisdom. The next day, Amir traveled to the city. The streets were crowded with people eager to catch a glimpse of the king. He pushed his way through the sea of people, holding tightly to the wooden box. When he finally reached the palace gates, the guards blocked his way. But Amir refused to leave. He spoke with confidence, insisting that he had a rare treasure that the king must see. His determination caught the attention of an official, who allowed him inside. Inside the grand hall, Amir knelt before the king and presented the box. The room fell silent as the king opened it. The polished stone, glowing under the golden light, sat inside like a hidden jewel. Amir spoke about its legendary history, its mystical origins, and how it symbolized wisdom and strength. The king, intrigued by the story, lifted the stone and examined it closely. Then, without hesitation, he ordered 2,000 coins to be given to Amir. As Amir walked out of the palace, his hands trembling with excitement, he realized something. It was never about the stone. The stone had not changed. He had started as a boy who doubted himself. But through each challenge, he had learned to think, adapt, and believe in his abilities. He had discovered something powerful. Value is not just found, it is created. That evening, when he returned home, his father embraced him with pride. The journey was over, but Amir knew that his real journey had just begun. He was no longer just an ordinary boy. He was someone who could shape his own future. What if you are holding something valuable inside you, but you just don't see it yet? If Amir's story inspired you, don't let it stop here. Start small. Take the first step. Believe in yourself. Like, share, and comment if you believe in the power of self-worth. Subscribe for more motivational stories that can change your perspective on life.